everybody, welcome back to another stock market update video. Just before I get into the video, I would just like to ask everybody, please like and comment below which stock you're most interested in right now. That's all I ask of the people that watch my content. Just whichever stock you're following the most, or that you're most kind of worried about, or maybe most happy with its performance, just comment it below. Even the ticker details. And yeah, I'd love to hear what stocks you guys are interested in. So let's just get into how I'm doing. So not good. It's been another couple of sell-off days in the companies I'm invested in. You can see I'm actually down just about $50 over my total portfolio. So yeah, not good at all. I've been up in the thousands on this exact same portfolio, and I've been down probably 1,000 or two at one stage as well. The start of March there was really bad for my portfolio, but I'm not too worried. I actually get paid tomorrow, so I'll be buying the dip on a couple of these companies I'm in the red in, not anything I'm in the blue on. That's my new goal. Unless something's barely in the blue, I probably will only be buying my red stocks as of now, probably for the majority of the year. So yeah, where will we begin? Let's have a little look at Etsy. So this was a company that it's kind of tech based, but it's like an online retailer. So I was kind of having high hopes for this company this week. It's actually down 7.12%. That's going into last week's market. So as you can see from let's see, the 20th of April, it dipped all day today. 19th, kind of had a bit of a good day yesterday, but 20th of April's been an absolute horrible day for Etsy. So I'm not too pleased with that, but it seems to match the broader market as well. A lot of money is being moved around by institutions. So yeah, look, what can you do? Time to buy. Just got to get on with it. Yeah, you're going to feel the pain for a while, but yeah, got to deal with it. Paper hands won't make no money. So let's see, GameStop again. I don't have shares of GameStop, but I do like to follow the chart because I think everyone gets a bit of FOMO on GameStop when it does do well, but then you got to remember a lot of people have lost money on GameStop too. So it is what you want to do. I wouldn't recommend investing anything you're not interested in losing in GameStop, because a lot of Wall Street analysts do have the price target for the end of the year on GameStop back at like double-digit amounts. So do with that information as you wish. Some people will say, yeah, it's only shills that are doing that. GameStop's going to be 100,000 a share. Yeah, if that does happen, fair play to the people who own GameStop shares, but I personally don't see this hitting even 1,000, to be honest with you. I'd say maybe another squeeze, it could get up to 500-600, but apparently the short interest on GameStop isn't as high as, the apes on Reddit would like to say it is. So let's see how we're doing. NIO, this is probably a company I will buy the dip on tomorrow. It's been down for the last number of weeks, even months maybe, is it? Yeah, like since the 10th of February, this stock has basically plummeted. You can see plenty of my buy points there, purchase points on NIO. So I was obviously buying it at the tip. Now I'm trying to buy loads at this bottom that we have found around $30 to $35. It's kind of had a little bit of an uptrend going on over the last week. It sold off, and I did buy, how much shares did I get here? Bought another 3 shares at 35.21. So made a couple of dollars on those 3 shares, I suppose. But yeah, NIO is in the house of pain at the moment. Nvidia was doing really good, had a great rally there last week. It was up at $650, just about $650. Shot back down to 600. So I'd say that's people just, taking their profits. Little corrections like this I'm not too worried about at all, because Nvidia is really going to start growing even more and more. I could see them having a monopoly soon in a few years, to be honest. Intel's probably their biggest opposition. Intel's another massive company too, but I don't know, I would have more optimism for growth in Nvidia than I would have for Intel at the moment. I don't hold any Intel. I hold 1 share of Nvidia, but I plan on adding another share or two as the year goes on. Palant here, this is a company I'm regularly talking about, and yeah, it's had another horrible day, horrible week, horrible month. And then 6 months, well, it only actually IPO'd about 6 months ago, so you can't really knock it on that. It's up, it's IPO'd at about 920. Is that the actual IPO price? Actually IPO'd at 950 on the 30th of September. So overall, it's only up 127%. And for a massive company with a lot of attention like Palantir has had, and a lot of growth potential in terms of the stock price, 127% in just over 6 months isn't actually that bad. It's very good for the company, but also for people coming in. It is way off. It's like 50% off its all-time high price. So yeah, it's still a very attractive buy. This is another company I'll probably be buying tomorrow. I might make another stock market update video tomorrow and just show what I purchased if I have the time during the day. But if it stays at this 21 price, even if it breaks into $22 a share a little bit, I probably will add maybe another 10 shares of Palantir tomorrow. Plug Power. So this is a stock that I've only actually held for probably a couple of weeks. I'll tell you exactly now. Where's my transactions or orders? Where do I find this thing? Transactions. So I started buying this on the 5th of April. It was 33 a share. A couple more shares on the 7th of April at 31, and then I bought 2 more shares at 30. So it has been going down, but I've been trying to lower the average price of my shares. I potentially could buy a bit more tomorrow. Like, if you look at the week, it looks like it does kind of bottom at $24, $25 a share and doesn't seem to go much below that. If you look at the last time I hit 24.76, a lot of like buy limits must have been hit at this price for Plug Power, because I had a great rally then up to, it looked like it was heading to $30 a share again, and then as it hit 27.50, maybe people were breaking even, and yeah, another sell wall was hit. But look, Plug Power, would be kind of my I'm just hopeful for it without really the fundamentals proving my optimism right. Hydrogen, obviously, hydrogen fuel cells aren't as attractive as other kinds of energy at the moment, but they are used in like kind of warehouse vehicles, like forklifts and things like that. So if there is more research put in, if Plug Power, really gets their act together and starts growing and gets some new, R&D team in, it could do well. I mean, like, realistically, last year, I know people say the market grew like crazy in 2020, but just let's say January, after that great run through 2020, it was up at, it was hitting like $70 a share. It's below half of that right now. One would think, looking at that chart, yeah, it's a great buy, it's undervalued, but apparently Plug Power, it's either still slightly overvalued or it's, market value of what it should be. I'm just taking a little bit of a gamble on it because it's not too much. Look, I've 10 shares, it's $250, that's like €200. It's not much, it's not much at all. As we go down, Virgin Galactic, I used to hold shares of Virgin Galactic, but I sold them luckily up at 56. I actually only held one share, sold it up at 56, but I think I was up like 200% off one share, so I really wish I put a few $1,000s into that and bought a few shares. But yeah, it was another kind of ambitious company, let's say, without really too much fundamentals backing it up. Let's see where I got it. So I bought 0.3 and 0.6 fractional shares when it was like $16, and I sold it up at 56. So I think that's at more than 200% growth. So yeah, I could have got a great one there. That actually looks like it had a bit of a squeeze. I think Virgin Galactic was being really shorted, and yeah, it kind of had this spike nearly around the same time as GameStop. It's actually February, a couple of weeks after that January GameStop squeeze, but it could be something similar. It was really heavily shorted and shorts had the cover, and it's had a great spike, but since then it's been basically all down, nearly back at the price I bought it for last year. So I would be considering Virgin Galactic as a buy right now, because I think they have their first like test flight. I think it's coming up in May or June, as far as I know. I think it was meant to happen in like March, and then it got postponed for a number of reasons. But look, if you were thinking about Virgin Galactic, I would seriously do your research into it and see what kind of actual company growth you could be expecting over the year, maybe into next year. If that first flight goes well in May or June, whenever it is, sorry, I'm not sure the exact date, but if it does go well, I'd say you'll see the stock starting to fly up again. Let's see, Spotify and Square have been selling off great. They were actually up a good few percent not too long ago, so I would be considering adding to my position on Spotify. Let me see, I think it was like a week or two ago. Yeah, so 15th of April it was 300, today it's 269. That's not far off my average price for the 2 shares. And then let's see, Square was up at 275, it's back at 244, so not as big of a dip. Yeah, interesting. I'd be considering another Square share as well. Square's obviously a massive company and they're really going to grow big. I'd say people are just taking a lot of profits on Square over the last number of weeks. Sorry, I'm after hitting the wrong button there. Geez, there guys, had some technical difficulties. So let's have a look at Tesla. So obviously there was some tragic news regarding a Tesla vehicle there yesterday, I think it was, or the day before yesterday, maybe it was Sunday. 2 people were tragically killed in a Tesla incident. I think the car went off-road and crashed into a tree. Car went up in flames, and unfortunately the 2 people have actually passed away. So very sad. It's obviously horrible to ever talk about death like this. Yeah, really sad, and it seems to have had a slight impact on the stock. As far as I know, nobody was actually in the driver's seat in the incident, or that's what I think the sheriff's department or whatever is saying. It looks like nobody was actually in the driver's seat at the time of the incident. So I know they have self-driving capabilities, but I'm pretty sure you're still meant to be sitting in the driver's seat just in case there's any issues with the self-driving. Obviously the media has run away with this and, you know, basically called Elon Musk a murderer for this happening, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of like safety policies and stuff in place that Tesla have given to their customers, so this kind of thing does not happen. Yeah, it's unfortunate obviously for the families of those 2 people. So yeah, really sad news and a bit of bad publicity for Tesla. As we go on, here's a company that I keep meaning to add to this company, Texas Instruments, but I always just push it off. I think I have a better price on a company, you know, like I'm buying a better dip than what kind of growth I'd get off Texas Instruments. Have a look at Texas Instruments. It's a dividend company, semiconductors, obviously, as it says. I've had really good gains with Texas Instruments. I'm invested in them. I bought 1 share at 150. Had a nice dip after it. Of course, whenever I seem to buy a company, it dips immediately afterwards. But then it has had a great run since then, and it was nearly at $200 a share not too long ago. So yeah, Texas Instruments would be a little Irish overseer tip to add to your portfolio, just as kind of a safe value stock that has the potential for growth but also pays dividends. XPEV, another EV company. Let's see how they've been doing. Yeah, matching the EV market. A nice sell-off for the week. It was at 35 about a week ago. Now it's at 31. I'm down 12% on my total XPEV holding, and I wouldn't mind buying a few more shares. This is kind of like Plug Power in terms of the chart. It was up at about $72 a share last November, and now it's less than half. So again, one would think it's a great buying opportunity, but look, markets can be stressful. The market is obviously very choppy right now. Crypto had a massive correction over the weekend. You know, everyone's just a bit worried of like, is life going back to normal? Should we be buying the lockdown stocks again? Should we be taking our profits on them? Are they going to get hit? Are the recovery stocks really going to grow that much that quickly, or is it going to be very slow? Will I get gains quicker elsewhere? So the market is in a really strange position right now after such a massive 2020 bull run. We are in this kind of sideways, nearly downwards year to date for the big sectors. That kind of position is where we are. So look, I'm looking at it as a buying opportunity. I don't think there's another big massive crash coming. There's a lot of videos and people saying, oh, people are cashing out just before the big crash. I don't think so. I think people are just moving their money around and are happy to take profits on a lot of companies. So yeah, comment below as well if you have a different opinion, or if you have any questions about that, or you'd like me to clear anything up, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I nearly spend all of my time looking at financial news these days because there's literally nothing else to do in Ireland where I live. Everything's still shut. I mean, I can go for a walk, or I can, you know, go to the shops and buy a chocolate bar, and that's about it. So I have really consumed the stock market with a lot of my free time because there's been nothing to do, but I find it very beneficial, and I think I have learned a lot over the last year. So that information will stay with me, and I plan on being an investor for life as well. Let me just have a look actually at GameStop. I think this has actually gone up a good bit in the after hours. Let me see. No, I kind of finished at 158, so it's only up a dollar or two. So yeah, I won't be adding GameStop to my position unless, or adding it to my portfolio unless it goes back to the double digits. I know there's the potential for a lot of growth, but also the potential for a lot of loss. So that is the update for the 21st of April today. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what's been going on. Obviously a bit of pain in some sectors, but what can you do? Stuff goes down, it's time to buy. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you soon.